Ooh, for 2 days. Yeah, 2 days. Hey Canvas, George here, back in the man cave, playing with some stuff. You saw what the weather's like, right? Pretty bad out there. It's been raining like this, thunder, lightning, ooh, for 2 days. Yeah, 2 days. Time for man cave work. With all the bad weather, I've been watching videos, and I came across a video that put some ideas into my head. And I think I'm going to do that. If you remember one of my videos, STANLEY French Press, that thing really impressed me. I watched a video from somebody else on it. Actually, I'll put a link to that video down in the description. They did some things with it that really got my attention, and I thought it would be pretty cool to try and do. But it takes some additions. So I'm going to make some additions for my French press. So the first thing I did for my French press was find a little bag for it. This is an old hammock bag. I had a really old hammock that I tore. I actually fell out of it and tore it. Perfect bag, fits in there perfect. And here you can see it here. This is it, the STANLEY French Press. What I need to do is make some small modifications to it. Actually not modifications, but some additions to it so that I can do something else with it. I went online, and my biggest concern, like I said in the video, was this is plastic. I'm not good with plastic around fire. So I had to find some way to get rid of the plastic. When I'm making the coffee, it's not a problem because you boil, obviously you take everything out and you're boiling your water, you add your coffee, and then you put your press in and make your coffee. But what I saw in this video was you can actually cook with this thing. Not your regular cooking. I'm talking about baking. And that got my attention. These guys made mini loaves of bread. And I thought, for breakfast, a good cowboy breakfast, you got to have some bread. And if it's going to be fresh bread that you just made, hey, things couldn't be better. I had to order a lid for it. And this is a universal lid. And I got this from online called Survival Resources. And here it is here. And you can see it's a pretty plain stamped stainless steel lid. Pretty inexpensive. So there it is there. And as you can see, it fits right on there. But the problem that we have is that in order to bake, you're going to want it to sit that way, upside down. So what that means is I have to figure out some way to keep this lid on so it won't fall off. Because when you're baking, you have it this way, sitting like this in the fire. So I have to make some sort of clip to go on here. And they had made one out of an engineer's flag. I don't know if you've seen those things. Those little flags that they put everywhere to show where electricity is underground and that sort of thing. He used that steel. I don't have any, but I do have a wire hangers. So I'm hoping I can make a clip out of this. The other thing I'm going to need is inside, when you bake, you need all the heat to go all the way around your whatever you're baking. So to do that, you're going to have to make some sort of platform in here. And they used something similar to this that they had cut up. And this is my old steak meat carnivore cooking machine. And as you know, my meat cooking days are pretty much done with. You know, my health took care of that. So I'm thinking I can cut this up and make a piece fit in there that'll work. The other thing, a baking pan to actually bake the bread in. They had provided a link for that, and so you hear the thunder? Ooh. I went online and bought 3 of these things. They come in a pack of 3, and they're pretty small deep dish baking pans, and they will fit right in here. Here's a picture of them here. So in order for this whole thing to work, I've got to make some additions. I have some little changes I wanted to do looking at this lid and how I want to make the clip, and you'll see what I'm going to do now. So what we have to do is get this to stay on. So I'm thinking if I cut a piece of wire like this, put a little indented in it there, which will sit in that cutout, and then clip it around the edges. There's not much of an edge, but there's enough, I think, to make a clip to hold it on. Let's see if we can cut that. And there we go. So I now have a piece of wire, and what I want to do is I need to make that indent there, to make a little bend in it. Do the same thing again. So we have that. So now when you look at the lid, when I put the clip on, the idea is that this is going to sit in there. So I have to bend these over. Kind of like that. The same on the other side. So you can see I have that there now. And that's going to sit right in there. Is I want to be able to put pressure on the lid to bend these up. Just like that. Put it in there. And now when I put the clips on, we're going to put the clips on here. It'll put a bit of pressure on it. I think it might be a problem. That would be Minnesota thunder and lightning, which I think was a little close. Ooh. I need to make the clips for the ends. So there we go, like that. So that goes in there. So now this is going to fit on there. Now what I do is just need to snip these off. Wow, it's like 4th of July out there. So what I got to do, as I was saying before I was distracted by the thunder and lightning out there, is I'm going to have to clip these off and bend them in so that they hold on there really well. Ooh. Okay, so I've clipped it off now, and basically it's going to sit on like that. Bend it like that, and let's see what happens. This is on the fly, peeps. Can you see that? Okay, and let's see. So if I slide it on, just like that. Wow. There you go. So that'll sit in the fire, have it so that the handle sticks out of the fire. Here's the fire, and it's going to sit in the coals just like that, and that'll hold it on. Huh! Need to take it off, it just slides off. So maybe I was just lucky getting it on that first time. There you go. So the next thing we've got to do is make that little platform in there, and I've got to make it out of this. So now I'm going to snip this up into pieces and see if I can get it to fit in there. Now I don't want it halfway, and unfortunately, because I don't have the baking pans with me, I'm going to have to adjust the height. So I want to start, you actually want it probably about there. Can you see that? A little bit further down than halfway. About there, just to hold it off the bottom of the pot. And I'm thinking right about there, which means about 3.5 inches is what I need. All right, let's give it a go. This turned out to be just big enough, I hope. So you can see I've snipped it all off, and I don't even know if it fits. So we're going to have this like that, and this is going to go in there. Huh. Well, actually we're not at a bad height there. Can see that? Still a little bit too high, so I'm going to have to trim it down. And what I'm going to do is trim that down when I get the pans. 1, 2, 4. So there we go. And I'm going to put it in there. And if it's in there, it's sticking out just a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to have to trim it off some more, but we'll wait for the pan. So you get the idea. And then what we're going to do is this goes on there. Well, we would have that like that. This goes on there. We put our fantastic new 2CG clip on here. I've forgotten how to use it. Oh, there we go. Just like that. With our cookies in there, we put that in the fire, put a bit of coals on the top here. You leave the handle sticking up so you can pick it up, and we're all good, he says with confidence. So there you go. my baking oven for the outdoors. So we're done making our additions to our Stanley French Press / oven for the outdoors. French press, oven, lid and shelf with a clip. You learn something every day. All you got to do is just watch for videos on YouTube. Don't forget to check out their video that gave me the ideas for all of this. Great video, actually. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. You know the story. And now you know how you can bake yourself some bread, cookies, or anything else out there. Just saying. Now all we need to do is get rid of the rain, get all the ingredients together and the trays, and we're good to go. Thanks for watching.